Inside City Limits is a presentation of Comcast.
Welcome to Inside City Limits, where we bring you the best of art and entertainment here in San Francisco. I'm Kimber Frankel.
And I'm Tim Gaskin. You remember last week that I got to go underwater and learn about life and culture under the bay. And it's pretty exciting because today we get to be on the Hornblower yacht and we get to find out culture on top of the bay.
That's right, and we're going to learn about all the activities you can do on the water. But what is your favorite thing to do
In the
on
water?
the water?
On the water? I like to take off my clothes and lay next to the water and get a suntan. That and swimming.
Well, personally, I like to just be on a boat and just relax and not do much.
So this is exactly what we're doing today.
Anyways, we would like to hear from you on the street what your favorite activities are.
What's your favorite ocean activity?
Deep sea fishing.
Snorkeling, because it's beautiful.
Oh, sailing under the Golden Gate Bridge. Nothing like it. It's beautiful.
Today we're doing my favorite thing, and that's sitting and relaxing on a beautiful cruise down the beautiful bay on the Hornblower Yacht Cruise.
I'm pretty excited, though. But this company started over 25 years ago here in the San Francisco Bay Area. They've got over 9 boats now, boats that seat 2 people up to 2,000. So party on the bay.
Yeah!
Now, first we're going to go check out and learn about how to surf and to fly kites. But have you ever surfed before?
No, well, I actually have surfed before, but I've never flown a kite and surfed.
Let's learn how. Whoa!
This is Mark Steinberg, and everyone needs out of the office. Good to know Otoo isn't hard to find. I'm here with Paul Bulow. Tell me what you've got in store for us today.
Well, we're going to start with a quick introduction to kite surfing. A few minutes, then we're going to fly the kite on land in a ground school where you get the hands on the equipment and fly the kite, and when you're ready, we're going to hit the water here. This is a 3-hour class. You're going to learn to evaluate the wind, the water, the beach for a place to launch and land and decide, hey, can I go kite surfing here? Today we have wind. We have a safe location, and so it's a good place to start. You're going to learn to rig the equipment, to rig the kite surfing, the kites, the boards, the bar, etc. Launch the kite, land the kite, self-land or emergency land the kite, relaunch the kite on the water, and then learn to fly the kite on the water in what we call a body drag. That is, you're moving like Superman through the water, like a swimmer would, flying the kite. The faster you fly, the more power. You'll be just like a boat, going back and forth, come in, and when you're ready, we're going to involve the board, and you're going to hopefully get up on the board. The best thing would be to try to fly a small kite first. We call them training kites. They're 1 or 2 square meters, relatively small, like some of the kites we see here on the beach today. Practice with that, left, right, the most basic approach. Then we'll take all that experience and involve larger kites and move very quickly with a larger kite on the water. That's the same approach whether you're a beginner, advanced, or intermediate. For those advanced people, we'll teach you how to jump, do tricks, spins, moves, all the kinds of things you might want to do, ride the waves. There is an element of danger involved in kite surfing because we have this fantastically powerful kite. The faster you fly the kite, the more power. So we have to look to avoid people, land, objects, people on the beach, dogs, anything like that. So we have fun on the water and we're conservative on land. Just about anybody who can swim can kite surf. You need to be well rested, we hope, hydrated, and show up on the beach. If you'd like to, you can bring sunglasses or a hat, although it's not necessary. We provide everything else that you need for the class. The kites, the gear, wetsuit, and booties.
I don't know about me, but hopefully we have a few people who are a little bit braver than myself. Tell me, how long have you been doing this? How did you get into kite surfing specifically?
Well, I grew up on the water a lot, sailing, and the reason I like kite surfing a lot is because the equipment is so compact and it's a real independent sport, and anytime you feel like going kiting, you can find a windy location, and it's just a real great feeling to be able to get out there in the middle of the water alone, and it's a real freeing feeling.
It looks like a lot of fun, and there's a lot of talk about how great it is and that people really enjoy it. So now that I'm in the Bay Area with these conditions, I thought I'd take advantage of it.
Kite surfing is like a fantastic sport. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever done. With a kite, I can go sailing, but I can also fly through the air and do all kinds of acrobatic moves like spins and jumps. It's almost like dancing or, I don't know, controlled flying. And so it's one of the greatest things you could ever try. And so if you have the opportunity to do it, give it a try. It's a lifetime dream to do. And, please come down and check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Hello and welcome back to Inside City Limits. Today we're discovering all the things you can do on top of the San Francisco Bay, and joining us now to tell us more about that is PR Director of Hornblower Yachts, Don Shalhoup. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Give us an overview of what Hornblower does and offers.
Well, we are a dining yacht company, and our mission is to provide a fantastic experience out on the bay to locals and travelers alike. A different perspective of not only the city of San Francisco, but also Sausalito, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Bay Area, just the Bay Area overall.
Now, this got started over 25 years ago. It started with 2 yachts. Now you have 9 in the San Francisco Bay. Today we're on a special cruise which includes lunch. It's on a Friday, and it happens during the summer. Tell us about this cruise.
This cruise is a buffet lunch cruise that we provide a lot for our corporate customers who want to kind of wine and dine their customers during the day, and for people who are in the city on Friday and would like something different to do or to get out on the bay, because it is really refreshing.
Well, tell us how it works. You get here at a certain time, and
you get here at 11:30, and we board from 11:30 to noon, and then we sail from 12 to 1:30. And so it doesn't take much of your time. A lot of times people think that a cruise is going to take a lot of, kind of a big chunk of your day, and it doesn't take so much time. It's an hour and a half, and it's a great outing.
I see people are queuing up. What's the food like?
The food is good. You'll be surprised. I think in the Bay Area you can't have bad food, considering who we're competing with.
That is absolutely true. Now, you have some very special cruises that happen throughout the year, so I want you to come back in just a minute and tell us about more of those. Right now, we're going to head out and learn more about the Dolphin Club, a great place you can learn how to row.
I thought they swim.
And swim.
The Dolphin Club is a fraternal organization. It's a nonprofit corporation founded in California in 1877. That's quite a while ago. 1 year after Custer's last stand. And we, in 2005, do essentially exactly what the Dolphin Club members were doing back in 1877. We enjoy swimming bareskin in San Francisco Bay year-round. We have beautiful boats that we build right here, maintain right here, and we row them throughout the bay. We have wonderful parties in this beautiful old building of ours, and we maintain the traditions of the rowing and the swimming. In a nutshell, that's what we do.
What he's going to do is this until the last minute, and then that. Well, the Dolphin Club rowing program has a real history that goes back long before my time. And the rowing training is fairly comprehensive. It involves some classroom time, which deals with boats and boat parts and stuff like that, and how to launch our boats and recover them. And it also deals with the tide book and how to anticipate the currents on the bay. And that's followed by 6 training rows out here in Aquatic Cove, and then a couple of tests, and then our members can row any of our boats anywhere on the bay. I enjoy rowing because to me it's a connection with nature through a very traditional, non-mechanized, event like rowing. These are traditional wooden boats that have a lot of history that's meaningful, and using them to connect up with the water and the wind and fog and so forth is wonderful to me.
One of the traditions that we maintain here is rowing in these beautiful hand-built cedar Whitehall boats with wooden oars. Our oldest boat is our flagship, the John Wieland, which was built in 1887. It's still in service. It's a beautiful boat. As a matter of fact, we race that boat against the South End. We also have many pleasure cruises in that boat over to Tiburon, where we have great breakfasts. We take 3-day camping trips on up to Sacramento in that boat, where you row for 14 hours a day, sleep on the shore, get up and enjoy the river again. It is a community, and all are welcome, and you should see the variety that we get.
We're continuing on with Don Shalhoup, PR Director here of Hornblower. Tell us about some of the other cruises you put on throughout the year.
Throughout the year, we always have dinner dance cruises. We have brunch cruises.
What's a dinner dance cruise?
Dinner dance cruise is an elegant 4-course seated dinner. We go out on the bay for 3 hours. It's really special and romantic. Although it's also kind of wild and raleigh. People get out and dance at the end of the night. We will dock, and people don't even realize that we've gotten to dock.
Well, you're drinking and you're out on the bay, so you're
That's
kind
right.
of, you know.
Yeah, you're having a great time. So.
Okay, tell us another.
And then we have brunch cruises. That's probably our most popular, especially if you're talking about Sunday brunch. People get out on the bay. It's a buffet. It's free-flowing champagne, so people always have a really great time on that cruise, and it's 2 hours. And you
Is
can
that all summer long, or is that all year long?
It's all year long.
So even if it's raining, you're out on the bay, and it's still an interesting experience.
Exactly. Actually, rain, you'd be surprised. Rain doesn't affect your experience that much because it doesn't make the bay choppy. It's actually kind of mellow, and we've got a nice, climate-controlled environment inside, and you can get a different perspective. It's really actually nice to get out there in the rain. But the brunch cruise is 2 hours, and during the winter we'll only have it on Sundays, but throughout the rest of the year we'll have it on Saturday and Sunday.
Now the Monte Carlo cruise, can you actually gamble?
You can gamble. It's just for fun gaming.
It's always just for fun.
There's no money to be won, but we do have prizes, and then there's also karaoke on those cruises. It's actually one of our most popular choices.
Well, it sounds like there's so much more, so I want you to stick around for one more interview, and you're going to have a chance to meet Kimber. She's going to ask you some questions herself.
Great.
Okay?
Thanks.
Right now, let's head out to Adventure Cat.
Adventure Cat got started by my partner, Jay Gardner, being injured for a while, and while he was recuperating, he came up with the idea of us having a charter catamaran out here on San Francisco Bay. Our trips consist of actually several things. We do private party charters where we take people wherever they want to go on the bay. We also offer individually ticketed sails that where we kind of go a specific route. Our afternoon cruises and our sunset cruises are both about 1.5 hours long, and they take the route out to the Golden Gate Bridge and around Alcatraz.
I'd like to welcome you all on board Adventure Cat. My name is Hans. I'll be your captain this evening. So if you have any questions about the boat, feel free to ask me once we get underway. I'm getting pretty good at making up answers. So.
Once you're out on the boat, out in the bay, you really get a very good sense of the whole general bay area. You have great vistas looking back towards San Francisco. You see Alcatraz, you see the East Bay, you can see up towards Sausalito and all that whole area. And generally along the way we see sea lions out there, lots of seabirds. The boat is a 55-foot sailing catamaran. It's really specifically designed to sail out here on San Francisco Bay. We have a big enclosure, so if you want to stay out of the wind and spray, you can stay out behind it. The forward part of the boat is covered by a big trampoline area. That's really a great place to hang out, especially when the weather's nice. We do serve drinks on the boat. The sunset sails, we actually include 2 drinks and light hors d'oeuvres on the boat. We offer passengers the opportunity to steer the boat if they want to. And it's just the smaller you're down closer to the water, you get a much better feel of actually being on a boat and enjoying the bay than you do on the bigger tour boats. We actually get all groups of people. We do get many foreign travelers. We get a lot of people that live here in the area that have never been out on the bay, that have relatives in town and they want to show them a piece of, it's actually real San Francisco. Once you get out there, you can really get a sense of what the whole area is all about.
Another successful voyage.
Thank you. Welcome back to Inside City Limits. We're here on the Hornblower today, and joining us is Dawn. And I just wanted to let you know that I've been on this cruise before.
Yeah?
Yeah, my father had his 75th birthday, and we rented out the bottom. It was really fun, and we had some music playing at the bottom, and it was awesome. We had a great lunchtime cruise, actually.
That's terrific. You know, we do a lot of charter cruises like that, where we'll have people out for their special occasions. But for the general public, too, we have different special occasions throughout the year where they're invited to come out and just pay individual prices. For instance, we'll have Dog Day on the Bay, where we allow people to come out and support the SPCA and bring their dogs. We have July 4th cruises, Valentine's Day, sunset cruises, and full moon cruises. It really, there's a ton of information and a ton of opportunities to get out on the bay for a special occasion, and you don't have to charter the boat.
So do you have a website?
Yeah, you can find out a lot of information at hornblower.com.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Now let's join Wacky Jacky for a fishing trip.
Real Margo! Real!
I had always wanted to give salmon fishing a try. The joys of being out in nature, the thrill of the catch.
Nice fish. The lift?
I had heard that Wacky Jacky's was the boat to go out on. So off we went before the sun came up, leaving Fisherman's Wharf behind us. We got a few delicate pointers on the fine art of fishing from deckhand Paul Pacheco.
Now let me go over the gear real quick. This is a conventional reel for those of you with rent rods. I will set everything on the reel for you. All you need to touch on this reel is the line to pull it out and the handle to reel it back in. If at any time you touch this free spool button, you don't know what you're doing, the reel will burst into flames, the boat will sink, and I may end up dating your daughters, okay?
As soon as I could, I caught up with Captain Jackie, who was at the controls of her 50-foot boat.
I feel like it gives me so much energy. I get energy. When I watch a person's rod, you know, it goes, I just inside, I just warm up. And that gives a person power and energy.
And off we went. Jackie and Paul threaded the fish hors d'oeuvres for us, and from that point on, it was a piece of cake.
He's a wild bugger.
Lip.
Good job.
Good, John.
Oh, nice. Keep fishing up there.
Margo's killing him back here. She's got a slug. Her arm's on fire.
My arm's on fire.
My arm's on fire.
I was pleased to learn that this captain had a decidedly spiritual approach.
Hey, fish goddess.
I will take it.
I asked her why she thinks fishing is the perfect prescription for what ails you.
Especially just to come out and learn to relax, to get away from it all, because there's only one thing on your mind, is to catch that fish. It envelops you. It hypnotizes you. And the nature part of it, going on the Golden Gate, that all the experience of the birds, the whales, today we saw that giant turtle.
That was great.
Oh, that's really why great. I encourage people to come out and learn to relax, because you get away from the hubbub of your life, and all you think about is landing that salmon.
Not to mention other friends.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. This is a baby soup fin. They grow to about 7-8 feet. Go ahead and let it go. Yeah.
I was game to stay out all day, but we reached our limit by 9:30, so we weighed up our fish, bragged appropriately, 28 pounds, and headed on home. My fishing arm was still on fire, and I can't remember when I was this tired at 10 in the morning, but it was just another day at sea for the captain, Wacky Jacky.
All right.
Welcome back to Inside City Limits. We're here at the Pilot House on the Hornblower. Joining us today is Brian. Gavin, and he's the captain of the ship.
Yes.
So tell us, how long have you been the captain?
For Hornblower,
15 years.
Really? So I wanted to ask you about the weather conditions for the passengers on the boat. So can you explain, if you were traveling here and the weather was bad, what would the passenger do?
Well, it affects us a little bit, because we can usually find some place on the bay that's sheltered. If there's a lot of wind, or if there's fog, it usually comes in a finger, and we can go through it and come out the other side, and you have beautiful Sausalito. All depends on who's driving.
So can people take tours to visit your pilot house?
Yes.
They can?
Security's got a lot tighter in recent years, but you can still take a tour, provided you're escorted by the first officer.
Oh. Now, can I learn how to drive?
Go right ahead.
Wait, am I driving right now?
Turning. If you turn it, you are, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Just try and avoid that island.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to say that it was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.
We're going to go paddling on a canoe.
Hey guys, this is Mark Steinberg here with Steve Siskin, the program director for UCSF's Outdoors Unlimited. What do you have in store for us today? It's really unusual.
Well, we're going to go paddle out at Mission Bay here. We're going to start here at the boat ramp. We're going to go around the large Lady Washington, paddle over to McCovey Cove, and we'll hear the crowds cheering for us as we pull in.
This sounds awesome. Now, you guys have so many different programs. Tell me a little bit about what you guys offer, especially as we go into the fall and all the students are coming back, but also this is open to everybody.
That's right. We are open to everyone, and actually this is a service that UCSF provides back to the community. We also have some backpacking and hiking and camping trips as well. In the winter, we focus mostly on winter sports, snowboarding, cross-country skiing. We go to Yosemite, use the winter tent cabins out there. We do a lot of telemark skiing. In the spring and summer, we focus on rafting and backpacking, and that's what I like to do. I like to turn people on to the outdoors.
Can anybody do this? I mean, what kind of athletes are we talking about?
Well, we're really beginner focused. We're not an extreme outdoor adventure company at all. You're going to show up here, you have no experience, we're going to get you into the proper safety equipment, we're going to teach you how to sit on the boats, get inside the boat. We're going to do it all on land, so it's not intimidating. Then we're going to go over how to paddle, still on land, safety talk. Then we're going to launch the boats, do a little practicing in the calmer waters, and then we're going to paddle out around the Lady Washington, which is a large Navy ship. And then to add to that, as we're paddling into McCovey Cove, it's going to be game time. So you're going to hear 38,000 people cheering for you as you paddle into the cove. And sometimes we even get on the Jumbotron, which is pretty exciting because you can see that from the water as well. Anyone that wants to go out and play in the outdoors and have some fun, we're your access to it. We make it real easy. We provide all the equipment, experienced guides. All you have to do is show up with a positive attitude, and you're going to meet great people and have a good time. I believe it's all about the quality of life, and I think what we do is we just add to that. After a trip with us, you're going to go back to work on Monday, and you're going to be fired up, renewed and refreshed, ready to take on just about anything.
Well, that's it here at UCSF's Outdoors Unlimited program. That was fantastic. And if you want to get involved, here's the information to do so.
Just look us up on the web at www.outdoors.ucsf.edu or give us a phone call at 415-476-2078.
Lunch was just fabulous, I have to say. I had champagne. I had about
two glasses. You did. I wasn't watching.
Anyways.
Well, I went back for dessert twice.
You have to check it out. There's 2 floors. There's entertainment on 1 floor. If you come for a night cruise, lunch here on the bay is just fabulous. I mean, look at this. It's just beautiful.
And I loved being under the Golden Gate Bridge. What a giant, beautiful structure. If you had fun like we did, you want to learn more, go to their website, learn more information, which is hornblower.com.
Or we would like to hear from you at InsideCityLimits@Comcast.net. I'm Kimber Frankel.
And I'm Tim Gaskin. Until next week, keep enjoying those sights and sounds inside city limits.
What's your favorite ocean activity and why?
I like to walk near the water. At my age, getting in the water is sort of history, but I love to walk near the water. I get recharged when I walk by the water. That's what I'm doing right now.
Watching humpbacks. I'm actually from Hawaii, and that's my favorite thing. That and surfing.
Mine is to be on the water and watch the whales just the same.
Because you get to build sandcastles.
It's got to be jet skiing. Getting on a jet ski and just going all out.
Sailing on this very pretty bay.
Oh, I love to just sit on the beach and enjoy the sun and the waves.
I'd rather be floating on a cruise ship, enjoying it, taking it easy, eating some good food.
What's your favorite ocean activity and why?
Sailing.
Surfing, because you see, you can feel the ocean and when you're surfing, so it's pretty cool. When it's, while besides it's cold, it's pretty good. You can feel like in touch with the ocean.
Inside City Limits is a presentation of Comcast.